ShareLove.Fund. Today we are beginning our RYT 200 yoga teacher training. RYT stands for Registered Yoga Teacher. 200 is the number of hours in this Yoga Alliance accredited training, and it is the entry-level training. We are in week 11 of our training. Each week has a pose of the week, and the pose of this week is triangle pose. So for triangle, we're like this. Or on the other side, like this, reaching down with one arm and up with the other. It's not a dump, it's just more of a, like, arms wide stretched. We're going to start with a meditation, so please take a comfortable seated position. Your meditation can also be an opportunity to stretch as you need. So here I'm sitting in double pigeon, and then throughout the meditation I will switch sides so that we stretch both sides of our hips. Feel free to move around with this meditation. The meditation may guide you to lay on your back, but it's important that you make this time productive for you. So if moving and stretching while listening to the meditation serves you the most, then do that. If laying back and relaxing serves you the most, then do that. We have our quote, as we had last week: the most effective way to do it is to do it, by Amelia Earhart. Our inaugural class designed this mug and picked out the quote. It is a variation of our standard logo, and they did the red on black, and I'm just really proud of them. So ShareLove.Fund is not just about earning a yoga teaching degree, it's about job skills and finding a vocation and also feeling empowered. And whether you're coming to our yoga teacher training as a doctor, a lawyer, and doing this for a milestone in life or just to motivate you to work out, or if you're actually doing this for a career, either way you gain skills and confidence through the teacher training, and we exercise that with our high school students by having them do projects like designing merchandise and selling it to fundraise. We are a 501c3 charity. All donations are tax deductible to the fullest extent under US law. We're registered to solicit as a charity in New York, Hawaii, Connecticut, New Jersey, California, Texas, and Florida. If you are in another state and you want to donate to us, please feel free to contact us at donate@ShareLove.Fund. That's donate@ShareLove.Fund, and we're happy to figure out registering in your state, but we definitely want to be careful to be in full compliance with the law. And anybody can take our courses on Teachable, because that is not a donation. So without further ado, please take a comfortable seated position. You can be in double pigeon as I am, or another position as you wish. And we're going to talk about loving kindness today. In light of our quote by Amelia Earhart, the most effective way to do it is just to do it, we can think of loving kindness as self-love. Instead of thinking about the goals that you want to accomplish and doing the blame game, how about exercising some loving kindness to yourself and thinking, you know what, if I want to do this, then let's just do it, because the most effective way to get something done is just to do it. There's another quote that says, if you want something done, ask the busiest person in the room. And there's something to be said about that. There's the talkers and the doers, the givers and the takers. Of course, life is not that simple and we're all a little bit of both all the time. But keeping that in mind, you can think about what you want to accomplish, and loving kindness doesn't need to be sappy. It can be about taking charge and exercising some self-love for yourself, exercising some tough love for yourself to be disciplined and getting done what you want to get done. So here I'm getting done stretching my hips in Pigeon. I encourage you to just get your body into the position that you most need. If you're exhausted, then get in Sukhasana. If you feel like you need to stretch, then do a self-guided stretch. After all of you are going to be teachers. That means that you are going to be deciders. You're going to have to lead a class and make decisions for your students. So why not make decisions for yourself right now as practice? And you can practice by modifying what I'm doing so that it is optimized and customized to propel you where you want to go. So with all that said, you can come to a comfortable position on your back or sitting up in a stretch as I am. And just take a moment to get comfortable here. Begin to focus on the natural rhythm of your breath. Inhale slowly and smoothly, allowing the breath to travel deeply into the low belly. Pause and exhale slowly and smoothly, releasing the breath from the body through your nostrils or out your mouth. And I'm leaning forward as we do this to get a little deeper stretch in my hips. Keeping my spine straight, as they say, is a great way to meditate, is to have a long spine, but I'm adjusting that by having a long spine and leaning forward a little bit so that I can get a stretch while I meditate with you guys or guide you through this meditation. And if this speaks to you, then I encourage you to do the same. You can have one foot over the other and inhale up through the nose and exhale through the mouth, stretching the hips a bit. My voice will be absent periodically throughout this meditative practice. And that is so you can focus on your own internal experience. Now take a moment to make any last minute adjustments here so that your body can remain as comfortable and as still as possible throughout this practice. Feel the breath flowing in and out. Soften your face and jaw. to allow the breath to flow smoothly in and smoothly out. Soften the eyes and relax the shoulders. Let your entire body feel relaxed and heavy. Weighted and secure. If you are sitting in double pigeon like me, it's good to flex your feet to protect your knees. By leaning on your legs, it pushes it down for a deeper stretch. And you just want to imagine your sits bones opening up. Releasing at the hip. Where the back connects to the hip flexors. The hip flexors connect to your thigh and quad muscles. All the way down to your knees and shins and ankles. And now slowly come back to the sound of my voice. Continue to breathe. And let any distracting thoughts float away from you. Keeping your eyes closed, you can think of a person who loves you very much, who's close to you. It could be someone from the past or present. Someone who is still in your life or who has passed. Could be a spiritual teacher or a guide. Imagine that person standing in front of you, sending you their love. That person is sending you wishes for your safety, for your well-being and happiness. Feel the warm wishes and love coming from that person towards you. Now imagine that you are surrounded on all sides by all people who love you and have loved you. Picture all of your friends surrounding you and the loved ones surrounding you. You can, if you're sitting in double pigeon like I am, you can use this as an opportunity to switch sides so that we get an even stretch on both sides. If you were sitting in a symmetrical position, then you don't need to move. Imagine all those loved ones who are surrounding you. Imagine them standing by you now and sending you wishes for your happiness, well-being, and health. Bask in the warm wishes and love coming from all sides. You are filled and overflowing with warmth and love. Now picture a person that you love. Perhaps a relative or a friend. Begin to send that love you feel back to that person. You and this person are similar. Just like you, this person wishes to be happy. and to have a good life. Send all your love and warm wishes to this person. You can give yourself a little self-massage to just encourage that loving kindness as you visualize yourself sending good wishes to that person. You can reinforce those good wishes to yourself. There may be a gentle self-massage on your neck and shoulders, allowing your neck to stretch. Your head clocks, that feels good. Trying to get the knots out where you find them. Remembering that you can be your own best friend. You can also massage this inner part where we have lymph nodes between our shoulders. And then just try to be even on both sides, but this can be a really good one for women to help stimulate the immune system. Put our best foot forward when it comes to counteracting breast cancer. Obviously, this is not a cure, but it just gets the system working at its best. Repeat the following phrase silently. Just as I wish you may live your life with ease, may you be happy, may you be safe and healthy. Now think of an acquaintance, someone you don't know very well, and toward whom you do not have any particular feeling. It could be a neighbor or a colleague or someone else you see around, but you do not know very well. You and this person are alike in that you wish to have a good life. Like you, this person wishes to experience joy and happiness in his or her life. Send all your wishes for well-being to that person, repeating the following phrase silently. Just as I wish to, may you live with ease, may you be happy, may you be safe and healthy. Now think of someone else that you may not get along with. It may be someone that you have long-standing difficulties with. Call the difficult person to mind and be honest about what you feel. There may be feelings of discomfort. Notice any tendency that you have to think badly of that person. Or to deepen the conflict you have with them. For example, by getting into imagined arguments with them. And let go of these tendencies. Instead, wish them well by repeating the following phrase silently. Just as I wish, may you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be safe and healthy. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And another deep breath in and let it go, noticing your state of mind and how you feel after this meditation. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. If you're sitting in double pigeon, you can bring your knees to your chest and give yourself a self-hug, some self-love, rocking back and forth, a little forward and back, drawing your knees into your chest and releasing with a long spine, stretching your neck to one side, stretching your neck all the way around in a neck clock, leaning your neck back, having your chin go straight up to the sky, taking a few breaths here. Stretching all this skin under the neck, under the chin. Rolling the ankles around to one side and then the other. Slowly bringing your head forward. Drawing your neck down, stretching it. Rolling your ankles to the other side. Pedaling out your feet, doing a little foot taps for circulation. As you stretch, bring a leg out, working your abs, and the other leg out, working your abs. Slowly bring both legs out, keeping your neck stretched, round the back and do a forward fold. We'll stay here for a few breaths, just letting go. If reaching your feet is not working out for you, grab a hold of your ankles. The point is that we want to stretch the whole back body, our hamstrings, our arms, our back. Keeping the upper body relaxed. If you feel tension, like you're reaching for it too much, then just come a little bit closer. And just totally relax. Continuing the meditation, but in a way that releases your hamstrings, your back of your legs, your neck and head. Releasing where your back and sits bones connect. Using your breath to just totally release. Allowing your body to fall into your natural breath, almost as if you were going to fall asleep in a seated forward fold. Where are your points of tension and how can you let them go? Holding onto your wrists if you want a little deeper of a stretch. Interlacing the fingers. You don't need to flex the feet. It's true you get a deeper stretch, but here we just want to fall into it. We just want to relax. Allowing your body to give in and succumb to the stretch. Feeling the lateral muscles of your upper back stretch and expand as your shoulders are almost reaching out and around. Not just up, but out and around, creating space. Stretching the back both wide, laterally outward and up. Inhaling through the nose and out the mouth to really make a point of exhaling all that doesn't serve you. This is a great way to get deeper into the forward fold stretch without being upside down, which bothers some people, bothers their nose. So this is a way to get the same benefits of the forward fold, the standing and forward fold, yet remaining horizontal to the ground. Stretching takes time, so we're just going to be here a while to really maximize the benefit. Your body will eventually say, okay, fine, I see you mean business, I'll give in. Can lean forward. Really trying to keep the spine long. Slowly come up vertebrae by vertebrae. You can backstroke the arms out. Bringing the knees into chest, kind of walking them back and forth. You can sort of do a half boat, but we'll do a little bicycle. Can be a little balancing pose, but also an ab workout. And just really to get the circulation, arms up, bicycle, stretching to the side, bicycle. A little coordination. Give yourself a hug. Stretching out. Now we can pedal out the feet one by one, and this is stretching out the side body. So wherever your comfort is, if it's here, if it's here. If you want to stretch past your feet, you can use blocks to create a little more distance, or like a double block to create a little more distance. So here we're just, there's a stretch like this for the hamstrings, but then when you kind of bend one elbow to the side, you get a deeper stretch in, you get a deeper side stretch. So that's what we're after here. It doesn't really matter if you're here or here or here. What we're getting at is just trying in some way to just feel this side body stretch. So we're trying to get at this stretch right here. Normally we do this in standing forward fold by pedaling at our feet, but we really appreciate your comments on Teachable and YouTube, because we received comments saying that one of our students felt uncomfortable upside down. She felt like she was drowning or underwater. So maybe that is because of some nasal fluid, and by doing a seated forward fold, you can even have your head upright like this and still get that benefit. So here, the feet are not symmetrical. We're like kicking one foot out to really do whatever we need to do to feel the stretch there. So you can kind of like fidget around with it. You can maybe bring the hand to the other side. Just kind of whatever you need to do. We're trying to just stretch this muscle here. If it does not feel like a stretch, then move around, because this is your time and it's important that it's productive for you. We're spending a lot of time on stretches based on our comments of many of our students have decided to do this RYT 200 because they said, we're not flexible, we can't touch our toes, we want to be a pretzel. So the thing with flexibility is that the benefit is not in being a pretzel. The benefit is in stretching a little farther than you could the day before. Because every time you stretch, it's a release. So if you are a pretzel, you don't get a benefit by just redoing your same pretzel state. You get a benefit by going even deeper in the pretzel, if that makes sense. So basically, feeling the stretch is what constitutes the release, and the release is what releases tension and also toxicities in the body. So if you're not feeling a stretch, you're not getting a release. So being able to touch your toes easy peasy, that's not doing anything for you if it's easy peasy. What is doing something for you is when you feel a stretch. So a lot of times people say, I just want to be a pretzel. I just want to touch my toes. But the thing is that yoga and life is about the journey. Sure, we can get you to touch your toes, and by holding this for a while, you'll get there. You know, a little bit every day, or a lot of it every day. So we can get you to this goal of touching your toes, but touching your toes, once it becomes easy for you, it's not going to do anything for you. So I would encourage people to not worry about whether they're touching their toes or their knees or have their hands on their hips. I would encourage our students to think about the stretch that they're getting, to think about the release they're getting, because it's the stretch that's cleansing you. It's the stretch which is releasing tension and possibly anger. It's the stretch that's going to make you feel good and encourage those feelings of self-love. It's not the final destination of touching your toes. Touching your toes doesn't do anything for you unless it feels like a stretch when you do it. So if that doesn't make sense, please let me know so I can better explain it. But the idea is that we really just want to get a release. So here, the reason why I have my foot on one side and you can do things like this is I'm trying to see how can I feel it in this leg and on this side. So we're doing isometrics a little bit to really focus on one side. That's why I have this hand up and over. That's why my face is facing the camera. So I'm really just trying to stretch this one side. So you just try to, we're doing like a forward fold with a twist sort of thing. This will help when we get into triangle and we reach down and up. So triangle is our peak pose. So you can sort of think of this as a seated triangle. So triangle would be like this. And try to release tension from your neck and shoulders and just fall into it. You can walk your hands up slowly. I'm going to just come to the other side so that I don't get a neck injury by looking at the camera on one side or the other. And if you actually are looking at the phone, then I encourage you to switch, or whatever device you're watching this on. I encourage you to switch to, or also you don't need to look at me at all. There's cues, so you should know, but you can figure it out without looking. So I don't want you to strain your neck. Anyway, so we're here, inhale, lean forward like a forward fold, except we're going to stretch this side body. So for me to get at it a little more, I'm going to bring one hand over, inhale, an arm up, like kind of rainbow arms, and kick out this foot, and kind of bring this hip back and this hip forward, so I get a little deeper of a stretch. Doesn't really matter how you get at it. What matters is you just try to stretch the other side of your back and kind of get a deeper stretch. You might feel it through your armpit all the way, even through your wrist. You'll feel it in your tightest point. You can shake the head no, shake the head yes. Just let your whole back release, and we're just really trying to stretch this back, your back on isolating a side. You may also feel it in your hamstrings. Again, you'll feel it in your tightest point. We're really focused on stretching the back, so if the hamstrings is too intense, you can bend a knee to really feel the back. So because this will help for triangle, you don't need so much of a hamstring stretch for triangle. You'll need it for pyramid, but for triangle, it's more of a back stretch. So in triangle, we have one hand down and one hand up. And so we're really just trying to stretch the back to prepare ourselves for that peak pose. So this is like a forward fold, but I'm sticking one hip forward, the other hip back, shown in my foot forward, and just really trying to relax my neck. If you feel tension in your neck, you can give yourself a little self-massage to remind yourself to relax it. Just stretch, 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 and really try to stretch that back. Stretching the muscles in the back can reduce the risk of back injury. When we bend, we don't break. We can think of it that way. If anything hurts, please don't do it. There's always a medical disclaimer. Nothing herein shall be construed as medical advice. Use your own best judgment. Consult a doctor when you need to. Yoga is not a magic cure. We follow Yoga Alliance mandates, and we're careful not to say that this is a cure for trauma or any illness. But yoga is a tool. So just like taking a walk can make you feel better, but taking a walk isn't necessarily medicine. Doing yoga can make you feel better. It's not necessarily medicine. Calling a friend and asking for support, it's not necessarily medicine, but it can make you feel better. So just like calling a friend and asking for support can help you sometimes, yoga can help you sometimes. So that is what we advocate at ShareLove.Fund. That yoga is a tool to optimize ourselves, but we don't try to sell snake oil here. We're putting it at the level of taking a walk outside or calling a friend for support. The cool thing about yoga, as opposed to calling a friend for support, is that yoga is accessible to you anywhere. As you know, we have an incarcerated women's program, and all you need is your body. I'm using these blocks here because my mat needs to be weighted down because of the cover on it. But in general, we don't teach with any props, so that incarcerated women can earn a degree and just with what they have, that yoga is accessible to everyone without any equipment. Our videos on YouTube here are available to the public. We want to not just give education for free, but give degrees for free. There's other places I don't know that give degrees for free. The scholarship process can be overwhelming. The lowest rung of at-risk people, well, not necessarily lowest, but most at-risk people probably don't have the bandwidth to even apply for a scholarship. So that's why at ShareLove.Fund we provide free vocational training to incarcerated women and high school leaders. How do high school leaders and incarcerated women relate to each other? Well, our high school leaders are our content providers for our incarcerated women's program. They do it as community service. It is also multilingual community service, as they can practice their target language through meditations and yoga flows, for example, in Spanish. And that is a way they can do Spanish immersion community service. Our high school leaders are able to do it just on their phone and with parental consent. and we are able to loop them in to the custodial facilities. I'm just talking a lot to distract you, so you get a deeper stretch. So this is all part of the plan. It is also a deterrent when we connect our high school leaders and our at-risk high school scholarship students to our incarcerated women's program, because we inform them that in custodial facilities you don't get Wi-Fi, so they cannot watch this live on YouTube, and that's a big deterrent. So tell a high school person that if they are incarcerated, they will not get Wi-Fi, and chances are they are going to be on the good side of the law. It also teaches compassion to our high school leaders, because second chances and third chances and 50th chances are a huge part of our program. Our world is populated with people. They're going to be there whether we teach them the skills to end their cycle of recidivism or not. They're going to exist either way. So why not make the world that all of us live in safer by giving people a viable degree for a viable job, breaking the cycle of recidivism, which has increased 800% for females since 1980. At ShareLove.Fund, we turn wards of the state into tax-paying citizens. That helps everybody. That beefs up the tax purse for public schools. Our high school leaders have published 2 books in the Broadening Our Horizon series. You can see it in the background. The first book is on food science. What can modern food science learn from historic nutritional practices? It examines Ayurveda and the concepts of ancient Ayurvedic thought of food as medicine, and it sees how those concepts stack up to modern food science. Included in the book is 30 recipes. It's a wonderful supplement to the movement of yoga practice. We did it both sides. Inhale, slowly come up vertebrae by vertebrae. Again, you can pedal out the feet a little bit. We'll do some butterfly to increase circulation. Bringing one foot across, let's inhale. And you can kind of bring the feet in. Inhale and exhale, walking the hands to one side. Seeing a little bit of a stretch here. Rainbow the hands to the other side and walking them to the other side. Coming up, inhale, twist. Inhale, arms up and twist. Bringing the legs to the other side. The feet in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, walking the hands to one side. Walking the hands to the other side. Inhaling the arms up and twist. And inhaling arms up and twist. I'm going to invite you all to slowly at your comfort level stand up and come to the top of the mat. And I'll give everyone a moment to do that. So we'll start our yoga flow. So as you come to the top of the mat, we'll do our sun salutation A, just as a review. And then we will add in our peak pose, which is triangle, as you recall. So legs a bit apart. And you can think of the hands as like airplane hands. So all those side stretches we did is for that reason. On the other side, 1 foot facing forward, you can think of it as almost like when you're in warrior 2, then triangle, it's a straight leg, and then so you can just think of it as one arm down, one arm to the ceiling, and the arms up. So you can rest a hand on your leg, but it's not really a dump. It's more of a keep it straight and then keep it going until one is on top. Imagine if your arms is just one long stick. Rolling this hip out and that up. So that's our peak pose. Okay, so let's start with reviewing our sun salutation A. The share method is based on repetition. It is not a method on how to do yoga. It's a method of how to get yoga teachers certified in a way that does not require tests and quizzes. It was developed for incarcerated women during COVID when they were isolated from their families. They couldn't see their children because COVID restricted visitation. And so we developed a way to get certified as a yoga teacher so that they could use their time behind bars productively. This method has been popular in the public, and we depend on public customers. Through Teachable, you can sign up at ShareLove.Fund/train because our public program participants not only pay for a degree for themselves, but they pay for us to operate our incarcerated women's program. I teach for free. I'm the CEO. I take no salary, and we depend on volunteers, so we're incredibly cost effective, yet there are still some costs associated. Plus, to truly end recidivism, we really need to help our graduates have a livelihood and paid jobs so they can be hired for ShareLove.Fund as content providers, and they can teach via Zoom or live on YouTube, where there's like no risk, regardless of whether that person has had a history of violence or whatnot, because on YouTube there's the protection without the visibility, so there's no direct contact. But it costs some money to provide jobs, so that's why we really are appreciative of everyone who signed up for the degree. We're super appreciative also of our $10 a month donors. We have a 10 for 10 challenge. That is, we try to get 10 $10 a month donors. So someone who takes the 10 for 10 challenge may try to encourage their friends to become $10 donors. So someone taking the 10 for 10 challenge will take the challenge for 10 days, and for 10 days they will try to get 10 $10 a month donors. It's a lot harder than it seems, but it is definitely worth it, because 100 cents of the dollar go to programming. We don't spend any money of donor dollars on admin. Myself and the fellow board of directors pay for all administrative costs. So every single penny that a donor gives goes to building a life. And dollar for dollar, we're able to build thousands of lives, because we have an extremely cost-effective program that is all virtual, tech-based. You're not going to pay for paint or a roof. You're not going to pay for the device I'm recording on. It is my own phone that I pay for. As a charity, we're highly regulated, and there is not a charity I'm aware of that does more with every single cent of donor dollars than ours. If you think I'm wrong, please direct me to this charity, because it is my personal goal to be the most efficient charity, and being proven wrong is helpful because that gives me information to strive to improve. So anyway, without further ado, let's do this Sun Salutation A. Inhale, arms up. So right now we're just reviewing Sun Salutation A. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back. Right leg back. From plank, we're going to do knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, up dog. From up dog, exhale to down dog. In down dog, we can pedal out the feet a little bit. So let's get this stretch going on. We'll spend 5 breaths on this side and then 5 breaths on the other side. Now we'll do the other leg. So this is called walking the dog. From here, we'll bring the left knee in, step it through, right leg comes to match, and exhale, forward fold. Here, we'll take hold of opposite elbows. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms to the side. So that was Sun Salutation A on one side. Let's do it on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back, right leg back, left leg back to plank. From plank, we'll go to knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, up dog. From up dog, go to down dog. From down dog, we'll try to get the tailbone to the ceiling. If you need to bend your knees or lift up your heels, go for it. The idea is to be a triangle. Bring the right knee in, step it through, bring the left one in. Now, before we walk the dog, now we're gonna pedal out the feet and forward fold. So you can put your hands under your feet to stretch your wrists, or grab a hold of opposite elbows if that's more comfortable. And we'll bend one knee and really stretch. Relaxing the neck. You can pedal out the other foot. Again, shaking out the neck to relax it. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. So we just did Sun Salutation A on each side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spice it up with the 5 poses that we learned to beef up this sequence. So the 5 poses are revolve lunge, extended side angle, triangle, which we learned today, warrior 2, and reverse warrior. So now you're going to see how those poses really make this a more exciting Sun Salutation A. I'm just going to do those 5 poses really quickly without the sun salutation so you see how it fits in context. So we have revolve lunge. Here, I'll do it on this side. Okay, so we have revolve lunge. From revolve lunge, we have extended side angle. From extended side angle, we come up to triangle. From triangle, we go to warrior 2. And from warrior 2, reverse warrior. So sort of backwards, that's reverse warrior, warrior 2, triangle. From triangle, extended side angle. From extended side angle, revolve lunge. So I'm just going to do that again. Revolve lunge to extended side angle to triangle, triangle to warrior 2, warrior 2 to reverse warrior. So why do we learn a pose a week and then put it all together in a sequence? Because instead of learning 45 separate little poses, you're going to learn just 5 sequences and it will all be there. And you can vary the sequences. Like for example, you could do sort of a reverse triangle. That's not one of our poses right now, but you can get variation. So let's do this on the other side so that our body is even. So we have revolve lunge. From revolve lunge, extended side angle. From extended side angle, we have triangle. From triangle, warrior 2. From warrior 2, reverse warrior. Backwards is reverse warrior, warrior 2, triangle. From triangle, we have extended side angle. From extended side angle, we have revolve lunge. Revolve lunge, extended side angle. Extended side angle, triangle. Triangle, warrior 2. Warrior 2, reverse warrior. Reverse warrior, warrior 2. Warrior 2, triangle. From triangle, extended side angle. Extended side angle, revolved lunge. I don't know if I said that right the other time. Anyway, so those are the 5 poses we're going to insert. So let's get started. So we're going to insert them in sun salutation. So we just earlier reviewed sun salutation. So this whole 52-week series, which is optional, we base this on a 52-week series because our incarcerated women enjoy having a 52-week series. So our 52-week series, for the whole series, we use the framework of sun salutation A. We don't even talk about sun salutation B until the RYT 300. Why is that? Because we found out that we can make confident yoga teachers by narrowing the scope of yoga material that we cover and by mastering it. So our program is based on repetition. Maybe super boring for some people and other people may like it. Whether you like it or not, you will graduate being a confident yoga teacher, and what you do with that is up to you. So we're going to, again, do our sun salutation A, but we're going to interrupt it at the downward dog, splice it at the downward dog, and we're going to insert those 5 poses. Revolve lunge, extended side angle, triangle, which is our peak pose of the week, warrior 2, and reverse warrior. Those are the 5 poses. We're going to sneak those into the sun salutation to spice it up. You can think of revolve lunge as the tomatoes. You can think of extended side angle as the cucumbers. You can think of triangle as the salad dressing. You can think of warrior two as some carrots, and reverse warrior as celery. So it's like ingredients to spice up the salad or sun salutation A. Okay, and then this together is what we'll call Series A of sun salutation A. Series A is just a share method term, just to help us keep track, and you will learn 5 series by the time you graduate. Each week ending in a 2 is a review week. So next week is week 12. I can't believe it already. And that will be a review week. So week 2, you learn the sun salutation sequence. Week 12, you learn your first spiced up sun salutation sequence. We review it. We don't introduce a new pose on weeks ending in a 2. Week 22, 32, 42, and 52, you will also have a different spiced up series of the sun salutation A. So we call it week 22, you'll have spiced up series B of sun salutation A. Week 32, spiced up series C of sun salutation A. Week 42, spiced up series D of sun salutation A. And week 52, spiced up series E of sun salutation A. It can be a little bit confusing. It'll make more sense when you're in it. We are not talking about sun salutation C, D, or E. We're just talking about our particular series. We have 45 key poses. When we chop that up into 5, we get 9 poses. And so basically each one of our series has a total of 9 poses in it each. You'll see that at the end of this class when we do the full sequence with all of our 9 new poses, and we squeeze that in the sun salutation A. Why do we do that? Do we do that because that's like the best series to teach ever? No, we do that because it could be, but we do that because it's a memorization technique so that our incarcerated women, whether they're literate or not, they can learn our 45 key poses just through kinetic learning and repetition by repeating these 5 sequences over and over again. These 5 sequences incorporate sun salutation A plus 9 poses each. So they get those 5 sequences plus plain sun salutation A is 6, plus the warm-up, which we'll review after this, is 7, plus a sequence that they make up on their own is 8. So when you graduate, you have 8 sequences, like the 8 limbs of yoga, which is the yoga ethics, and we just really like the number 8 at ShareLove.Fund. It's like infinity. You can think of your breath as a fluid 8, figure 8, and it's just a nice thing to end on. It also gives our graduates a sequence for every day of the week, and then they can repeat the warm-up as they want. So should they actually be teaching, they don't need to repeat. They could have a routine for each day. Okay, without further ado, we're going to do our sun salutation A, but now we're going to spice it up with those 5 poses, and you will see all the poses of that we've learned to date. Okay, inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back, right leg back, plank. From plank, knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, up dog. From up dog, exhale, down dog. Now this is our point of insertion. So from down dog, now we're going to spice it up. That was our plain salad so far. Inhale, left leg forward, step it forward. So we're spicing it up with boom, pose 1, revolve lunge. Now we're spicing it up with boom, pose 2, extended side angle. We're spicing it up with our peak pose of the week, triangle. We're spicing it up again with warrior two. And we're spicing it up again with reverse warrior. Now we windmill our hands back and step our feet back to down dog. So this was our point of insertion. So we come back to down dog like the whole thing never happened. And let's finish our sun salutation. Inhale, left knee in, step it through. Right leg, step it through. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. Now let's do that on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, step the right leg back. Then the left to plank. From plank, knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, come up to up dog. From up dog, exhale, down dog. This is our point of insertion. So now let's do it on the right side. Inhale the right knee in, step it through, and we do our first spiced up pose, revolve lunge. Then extended side angle. From extended side angle, triangle. This is why we did all those twists. From triangle, warrior two. From warrior two, reverse warrior. From reverse warrior, we windmill the hands back around, step the right foot back to down dog, and it's just like it never happened. We're back in down dog to complete our sun salutation A. Inhale, right knee in, step it through. Left leg, step it through. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, arms on the side. So that's 5 poses. If next week's a review pose, you might be asking, what are the other 4 poses? So I'll show you. So the other 4 poses are a warm up. But today, we're gonna spice it up more and make it our cool down. So, our 4 poses for the cool down or warm up are Sukhasana. From here, you can inhale the arms up, exhale to cat-cow, drawing the belly button down, chin up, exhale. Down. Can like stretch the neck a little bit if that feels good. You can also kind of do like around the world, stretching the hands, reaching forward. Keeping the elbow straight, pushing the hip back, just trying to really stretch that side body. Walking the hands to the other side. From cat-cow, we will come up to our next pose, which is Tadasana, which we've done, and then it's exhale, forward fold. So now I'm just going to do that really quickly to show you how it all comes together. So now we're going to review on each side all 9 poses that we have learned to date. So week 1 was introduction, week 2, and every week ending in a 2 is a sequence. So week 2, you mastered sun salutation A. Week 3, we learned Sukhasana. Week 4, cat-cow. Week 5, Tadasana. Week 6, forward fold. Then week 7, 8, 9, 10, culminating in week 11, where we did pyramid, we learned revolve lunge, extended side angle, triangle. Sorry, I said pyramid, but I meant triangle. Triangle, warrior 2, and reverse warrior. So now you have all 9 poses, and next week, week 12, is review week. So next week you will not get any more poses. We will just review what we have. And continuing from next week on, every 9 weeks, you'll get 1 pose a week, and then every 10th week, you will have a review just to digest what you, all the poses that you've gotten. And even though you get a pose a week for 9 weeks, and even though every 10th week is a review week, really those review weeks fall on weeks ending in a 2, because we are on a 52-week schedule, because when you are incarcerated, you don't have a holiday. So every day you are there, and it's nice to have a routine. So without further ado, let us review everything we've learned to date. So you've learned Sun Salutation A plus 9 poses. So this is what the 9 poses in Sun Salutation A looks like. This week is unusual from our other weeks because it starts with a warm-up. Normally our other weeks, we insert all the poses right in that down dog insertion. This week is a little different. We have 4 poses before we start our Sun Salutation, and we have 5 poses inserted in the Sun Salutation. Anyway, it doesn't need to make sense. We can just move together, and I promise you in the end it will. Or even if it doesn't, at least you got some exercise. Okay, inhale. Now we're in easy seat. This was our week 3 pose, our first pose, easy seat. We take a deep breath. Windmill the arms to cat-cow. This is our second of the 9 poses. From cat-cow, push up and come to Tadasana, grounding the feet, engaging the glutes. This is our third of the 9 poses. Exhale, forward fold. This is our fourth of the 9 poses. Now we come up and we start our Sun Salutation. So our Sun Salutation begins like this. Tadasana. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, the left leg back, then the right leg back to plank. From plank, knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, up dog. From up dog, down dog. Now down dog is our point of insertion. This is where, going forward, the 9 poses that we learn in each series will all fit in here. However, in this particular series, we did a little warm-up because we needed to teach everyone a warm-up so that they have a go-to warm-up should they need it. So anyway, so now we continue with our 5 remaining poses. So we'll say this is really pose number 5 because we just did 4 before. So inhale, left knee in, step it through. Pose 5, revolve lunge. From revolve lunge, pose 6, extended side angle. Pose 7, triangle, our peak pose of the week. Pose 8, warrior 2. And pose 9, reverse warrior. So that's how you've learned 9 new poses. Now let's finish our Sun Salutation. Windmill the arms back around. Bring the feet back to down dog. This was our point of insertion in our Sun Salutation. So now let's finish our Sun Salutation. Left knee in, step it through. Right leg comes to meet it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Arms all the way up. Exhale at the side. Now let's do the other side of the Sun Salutation. We won't repeat the warm-up again because it's a warm-up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, the right leg back, then the left leg back. From plank, knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, up dog. From up dog, exhale, down dog. As you recall, down dog is our point of insertion. So let's spice this up again with poses 5 through 9. And these are the 45 Poses 5 through 9 of the 45 key poses of the share method. You can see this in your Teachable. This is, you know, it's right there, all the information, so I think that will make sense. Inhale, right knee in, step it through, and pose number 5, revolve lunge. From revolve lunge, pose number 6, extended side angle. From extended side angle, pose number 7, triangle. This is our peak pose of the week. Congratulations, you have mastered this. From extended side angle, I think that was 7, so 8 is warrior 2, and pose 9 is reverse warrior. So that is how we beef up our sun salutation with 9 new poses. Exhale, windmill the arms back. Come back to down dog. It is like it never happened. We're back in down dog. Inhale, the right knee in, step it through. Inhale, the left leg, step it through. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend, all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. So now let's go do a little bit of a cool down. So everybody get a water or whatever you need to feel that you are ready to relax. And we will do a little bit of a cool down. So let's be on our backs a little bit. So here, give yourself a hug. You can straighten the legs. Grab a hold of each foot. You can put your fingers inside your toes. I'll do a little happy baby by rolling side to side to really stretch out the spine. Here is a hamstring stretch. And if it feels good, you can kind of go a little deeper, roll it around, and then come back to a neutral spine, trying to connect your tailbone with the mat. From here, we'll bring our knees into chest, walk our feet down to the width of the mat, shimmy our hips up, walk our feet inward, and try to see if it feels good to grab a hold of your ankles, shimmy your shoulders under, and you can kind of like rock back and forward, and then just push your pelvis up. Really stretching the back. From here, walking the feet to the outer edge of the mat, you can windshield wiper the legs, putting one foot on the other, stretching the arms out, allowing the spine to fall on the mat, keeping your gaze opposite where your knees are pointed. You can add a hand on your inner thigh to weigh it down. You can inhale, give yourself a little hug, and windshield wiper your legs again. And do it on the other side. One knee down, weighing it down with the leg. Noticing if you feel a difference between either side. you feel ready, you can bring your knees into chest again. Hug them. Holding your arms beneath your legs, holding onto opposite elbows if that feels good. And you can kind of roly-poly one side to the other. It requires a little bit of work, but it's a way to sort of activate ourselves. We won't do a Sukhasana today, so we'll keep you active so that you can concentrate on the other things that you need to do today. Well, congratulations, you have gotten through the entire Series A of Sun Salutation A. That is all the poses of Sun Salutation A, plus 9 poses to spice it up. That's 4 warm-up poses: Sukhasana, cat-cow, Tadasana, forward fold, plus the poses to spice up the Sun Salutation A. So Sun Salutation A was Tadasana, forward fold, Tadasana, upward salute, forward fold, half bend, plank, knees, chest, chin, up dog, down dog. That was part of the Sun Salutation, but we interrupted it. We interrupted it for 5 key share method poses: revolve lunge, extended side angle, triangle, which was our pose of the week, warrior 2, reverse warrior. We interrupted it for that. Then we finished Sun Salutation A with down dog, forward fold, inhale, half bend, all the way up to Tadasana. So congratulations, you now are only in week 11, but already you have a go-to warm-up, a standard Sun Salutation that you can teach an entire class with, and a spiced up Sun Salutation sequence that you can teach a class with. So you have 3 sequences in your tool belt right now, and you've only been in week 11. So you should feel really proud of yourself. So again, that is the go-to warm-up, which is just 4 poses. Maybe it's the best warm-up, maybe it's the worst, but it is a warm-up that you have in your back pocket. You have the Sun Salutation A. That's a sequence we did in week 2. And so you're masters of that. And now you have the full, complete sequence, pyramid, I'm sorry, not pyramid, I keep calling it pyramid. Triangle, completed your sequence. So now you have the full sequence of our Series A of Sun Salutation A, where we spice up the Sun Salutation with 5 poses: revolve lunge, extended side angle, triangle, warrior 2, and reverse warrior. But even better, we lead Sun Salutation A with a warm-up of Sukhasana, cat-cow, Tadasana, and forward fold. So just by knowing the routine we did today, you have a warm-up, you have Sun Salutation A, and you have spiced up Sun Salutation A with 5 share method key signature poses. Congratulations, you actually have enough to confidently teach a class, and we're just in the beginning. So this is great, you should feel great about it. Have a blessed day. Namaste. May the light in me be the light in you. Thank you for your time. Please leave questions and comments in Teachable so that we can respond to them. We love hearing from your feedback. If you're not yet enrolled, enroll at ShareLove.Fund/training. See you.